what is up? Welcome back. My name is Tess. Today's video is going to be a 3 looks 1 palette using the NATASHA DENONA Pastel palette. I created this look including 2 others. So yeah, if you guys are interested in today's 3 looks 1 palette, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share with your friends if you want. Let's jump right in. Taking the shade Airy, and I'm just going to pack that on the first half of my crease. In these 3 tutorials, I am not going to fast forward anything so you guys can see the actual blending in real life. So yeah, I hope the actual blending helps you guys seeing how eyeshadow works. Next, same brush, go to the shade Bubble. Let's see if Bubble lives up the hype. This is the shade that I was eyeing on. This is why I really wanted this palette, because it's the shade Bubble. Let's see if we can build it up a little bit. Next, I'm taking the shade Zest, and I just want to pack it on the center of my eyes. Taking the shade Feather and I'm packing that on the inner portion and also my brow bone. Honestly, it takes me 3-4 layers. There's basically no pigment whatsoever in this. I'm so shocked at like how so many shades are super duper sheer. I think something is wrong with her formula. Back to the shade Bubble, and I'm going to work that on my lower lash line. Taking the shade Feather and packing that on the inner portion of my lower lash line. Okay, so I dip into the shade Feather. That shade is light. Like, there is absolutely like kind of no depth to this look. So I have to dip into the shade Tula or Tula too, and kind of intensify that. But even then, it's a little sheer, I'm not gonna lie. Interesting. Okay guys, I am back. So for the waterline, I am using the cream gel liner in the shade Amethyst Hour. Throw on some lash, and that's pretty much it. It was rather very quick, just like everything came together. So I remember before I bought this palette, I had to dig into 8 different palettes to create a look. That was mainly the reason why I decided to buy a pastel palette, because I don't have a ton of pastels. I really like how this came out. It does require some building. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down in the comments if you guys like this look. And let's move on to the second look. Alright, let's try something. I was swatching the metallic. It's just not that impressive. Let's try the oranges and the pinks. I'm gonna stem the oranges in the center. This is the shade Bellini. I'm going to stamp it in the center. Let's try the pink Tule. On the outer corner. Like, it is so sheer. I'm kind of surprised at the sheerness of this shade. This is like the 3rd layer. You have to like really like pack it on for this to show up. Let's go to Bora, the purple, and see if we can sort of like build up a little intensity for this. I'm mixing Tula and the purple Bora. Okay, that builds up a little bit. Back to the oranges. I clean up the brush. Back to the oranges. Let's bring the orange a little higher to this area here. This palette is sheer. Buildable, but not in like a depth way. You're not really getting any much depth. They're just staying true, very true to pastel. Okay, so for the inner corner, let's go into the shade Limoncello. Alright, let's try do it on the eyelid. This shade that has a little bit of a blue shift. Again, this shade is kind of dry. It's not moist, it's not soft, it's just kind of dry. Okay, so for the lower lash line, let's go into Bora. Wonder how this eyeshadow is going to perform on like a deeper skin tone, because I feel like the shades are so light in here. Maybe they need to wear like a really pale primer for these to show up. Like Bora is so light. Yeah, it's light, y'all. This is the third layer. Alright, I'm going back to Tulle. I mean, they are like kind of like a watercolor like type of a feel to it. They are very soft, very like watercolor type of a feel. Okay, I'm going back to the orange. I feel like it faded for some reason. I think on the eyelid, I might go into the shade Dandy. This might give me more of an impact. Yeah, I feel like I'm not really feeling the shade. Not really feeling the shade Duet. It's just like not giving me much. I feel like I'm putting down like a white shade or something. It's not that pretty. Let me try to build up the shade Bora to see if we can create like a purpley wing. You know, this shade really is not going to. If it's really not going to do it, I might have to dip into other palettes because that is so disappointing. I can't believe it's not showing up though, y'all. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing. Oh my god. Yeah. Let's tuck it in here. Okay, I'm dipping into my ColourPop 113 shade 143. Don't they look the same? They look so similar, right? Okay, so watch. Let's build it up. So I just like, I feel like I need something to define the eye. Yeah, look, like how it's crazy to me that it doesn't build. Consider Natasha Denona's eyeshadow always has some sort of depth, you know, right? But I couldn't even build it to this level, like the ColourPop one. The ColourPop like single eyeshadow, $3 to $5. You can at least build the colors up a little bit, you know? Yeah, this palette, oh, this shade is so disappointing. Okay, for the brow bone highlights, I'm just gonna use my hand to the shade Limoncello. And brighten the brows. I'm gonna do a little bit of illusion and kind of tug it in here because I feel like I need something. Okay, you guys, I'm back with the finished look. I kind of pulled out the pink a little longer and I kind of conceal part of the lower lash line. I feel like this kind of frames the eye a little better. How disappointing is that shade Bora? I can't believe I couldn't even build it up ever so slightly, like not even a little bit. I had to add in ColourPop's shade 143, which is pretty much identical. I just kind of wish Bora can give me at least a little bit of a depth. But anywho, I really do like how this look came out. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you guys like this look, let's move on to the third look. Let's go for it. I want to do the shade Zest on the eyelid. Okay, let's do Brisk. You see this shade? It looks so much like this on my skin. I don't know, I feel like on the eyes, it's kind of hard to tell. And it's not very true to pen because if you look at the pen, it looks like a minty green, but on the eyes, it looks blue for some reason. And that kind of steered me away from what I was going to do. Alright, let's do the shade Tulle, the pink. I feel like if you really want the maximum pigmentation, use your finger. This pastel formula might just be a little kind of too sheer. Going to the purple just to deepen it. I'm going to Bora just to at least give me some depth, please. Give me some depth. Give me some depth, please. I try. I'm going to the shape Mint Froth. Let's pack it on the center. It's pretty subtle. Does it look subtle to you? And I want to go back to Zest to re-intensify this line here. Kind of bring it a little higher. Oh, you guys, this is sheer. Pack it on. Pack. Don't swipe. Pack. Alright, so for this corner right here, might as well go to the shade Airy. Kind of fill in this gap here. The brow bone, let's do the shade Duet. And for the inner corner, let's press a little bit of limoncello, the shade, on the inner corner. Alright, so for the lower lash line, let's continue go into Zest. And I do want to go into the shade Bora just because I'm not really getting any depth whatsoever. So let's kind of fill on this. I think this still has some leftover from that shade earlier. Okay, the inner corner, let's go to the shade Airy and tuck it in. Guys, I'm back with the finished face. For the inner corner part, it was blue. And I kind of wipe it out and replace it with the orange, with the shade Bellini, and I put a little more of the shade on my inner corner. But I gotta zoom you guys in and show you guys the shade. This blue shade is just not sticking in my inner corner for some reason. It's just not sticking it on, so there is some little patch on the lower lash line, and that kind of really bugged me. I do feel like overall I enjoy the looks that I created, but I really wish that the formula is better than what it is. Honestly, even for 15% off, I'm not super duper happy with the quality. They are very sheer. I mean, you can do a pastel shade, but this is super sheer. The one from BH is a lot more pigmented than this. And of course, the Made by Mitchell one that I highly recommend. So much easier to use, easier to blend. It doesn't have any patch off issue. I understand the concept. It is a pastel palette. It's even way too pastel for me, I feel like. These shades are just kind of way too sheer. I kind of can't imagine deeper skin tone using this, especially these like the blue, the minty green, and this shade uber sheer. And this shade is sheer as well, and the purple is sheer. The shimmer shades in general, they're kind of lackluster for NATASHA DENONA quality. I love the color story despite the fact that the quality is really not there. This is not the best that NATASHA DENONA can do. I'm just, after using it, I'm just a little not super duper pleased with the palette. The quality is kind of lacking in my opinion. This is definitely not NATASHA DENONA's best work. Love the color story, but the eyeshadow quality is just, for some reason, they're a little sheer, a little dry. It doesn't stick to my inner corner for some reason. I was trying to pack it on, use the brush, I use my finger. It doesn't let me pack on. Alright, you see this patch here? Like, I try everything. Maybe I should use a glitter primer, but it's just not sticking in that corner for some reason. I didn't really put a glitter primer. I will highly recommend you guys put down a glitter primer or like a sticky base for the pastel shades to really stick and grip on the primer. So that kind of annoys me. I feel like I paid $65. I shouldn't be worrying about putting down a primer, you know? Overall, I'm kind of let down on the quality. Best way to use this is as a companion palette, like a lot of people have said, which is pretty true. I mean, you can use it as a standalone, but if you really want any sort of a depth, this palette is just not doing it for me because there's absolutely no depth in this palette. Even the shimmer, I found pretty lackluster. The shimmer shades in here, honestly, very not exciting. If you like a soft watercolor type of a pastel, I think you'll like this. If you're just intro to colorful makeup, this can be a good addition. So that's pretty much my thoughts after creating the 3 looks. Kind of on par with what I was saying in the 3 looks inspired by the color story. Do like the looks that I created with my own palettes more than this. This is honestly a letdown for me. I really can't say I recommend. Maybe 50% off. Snatch this one up. It will go on sale, I feel. Anyway, I'm just not really vibing with the quality. Colors I do like. The looks I created I do like. After using it, just like I wish it was more, you know, I wish it gave me more. I wish the shimmer is more metallic, more glimmering. Give me like a pastel multi-chrome or like a really glistening type of a vibe. It didn't really take me there. I was wishing and hoping. In actuality, I'm pretty let down by the palette. Enjoy the looks that I created anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and find this review swatches helpful. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.